Okay guys, well, here we go. We're going to try to get 1 ounce. There's 480 grains. The idea is we're going to try to do just 1 ounce at a time to smelt this stuff down, and we're going to burn it down in acid. And I'll relate the formula as I go along. The first step will be to get this gold hot and incinerate it. Not to the point of melting, but just the point to take and burn off any chloride solutions or organics. And then after it's warmed up, then I'll put it in a hydrochloric acid solution. I don't have pure hydrochloric acid, I've got muriatic acid, which is a lot weaker solution. And kind of following a formula that if somebody watched my videos said one of the things to add to the muriatic acid, since it's so full of water and everything. Why there's a lot of gold going in there? I may not have as much as I think. Anyhow, this first boil in the muriatic acid, he said to add as much salt as I can get into it. The salt in the heated form like that should help the reaction. The salt should help the muriatic acid take and dissolve any of the irons that are in it. Let's see if I can not go over this time. Okay, looks like there we go. That's as close to 1 ounce as I need to be there. And then after I do the muriatic acid bath, I'll again incinerate it, and then go into a nitric acid bath to get rid of the silvers, and then incinerate it again, and then go into a aqua regia solution, and I'll go through that as I get into that. Okay, I just poured the muriatic acid in there into the 1 ounce of gold, and instantly kind of turned a yellowish color. Now, I don't know exactly why it did that. It went from clear to yellow. Next step will be adding about a tablespoon of salt in it. Okay, well, 20 minutes into it. Let's see what temperature we got. 20 degrees. This crock-pot method is going to be slow. Well, it's kind of looking like I'm going to end up having to wait until I get a hot plate. I mean, we're only dealing with 150 degrees. And it's been an hour and a half. Unless I can figure out a way to get it hotter, this just ain't gonna work. I mean, it worked once before. I don't know. Not sure. Okay, well, it didn't hit 190, but it's 170. It's been boiling now for, I don't know, 170 for a good 15-20 minutes or so. I'm going to do the first rinse. Actually, before I grab the hanger, get a glove on. Duh. Sucker's hot. Okay, once again for safety, I do have my fan running. We got the muriatic acid here. It's about 170 degrees. It's been in there for, it's been heating now for over 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Can't seem to get it much hotter than that with this current setup. I've got my hot water right here, filter all ready to go, so I'm going to pour that off. Pour this off into the filter, leaving the gold in the beaker. Pouring some water in here. Rinsing the gold off. Once. Why is it got that cloudiness up? I think that's... Oh, look there. Better stop. Gold is floating on it. Okay, so now leave that in there. We'll go ahead and put... Now we're going to go ahead and do a nitric acid bath. It'd be 50-50, so we're going to add up to that line of the 50 of the water. We'll let it warm up, and then we'll add the 50 more milliliters of the nitric acid. Okay, well, I almost forgot to, after the muriatic acid bath, I went ahead and put the gold in here and heated it up again, like the new formula says, incinerate. So the muriatic acid bath is done. Now going into the nitric acid bath. Already got the water in there. I'm going to put a couple of drops of the hydrogen peroxide in there, and then the nitric acid in there, and then the gold in there, and then we'll let it come up to temperature. Okay, there's the hydrogen peroxide. Just a few drops there, probably 10-15 little tiny milliliters maybe. Okay, and here's my nitric acid. I'll bring it up there to about 109. Okay, well, 125, 110, something like that. There's the nitric solution. Here it is, the gold. Okay, let's see if I can do this one-handed. I moved it around pretty good. I'll double tap all this. There's still a little bit in there. I'll get my finger on it here. Well, the shirt didn't turn very blue. I thought it'd taken turn blue, but it hasn't turned blue at all. I'll let it soak for a little while longer. Possibly add a little bit more nitric acid to it, because this is just a straight nitric bath, so it should have been bluer than that. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and filter off the nitric water, and then we'll go ahead and we'll rinse it. We'll filter off the nitric acid. We'll save it, of course, and then we'll go ahead and rinse it with the distilled water. It's not as warm as it should be. And cool it off. I told me to use hot water. But I'll rinse it out, and then I'll heat it up, and then we're going to make some royal water. Okay. Now I'll get ready to rinse it. Again, everything is floating into this right here. Will be in that paper, and then I'll go ahead and turn that paper upside down and put it in that same batch of nitric. Oh, there's gold floating. God damn it. Well, I can't do that. Wait a minute, there it goes. Nope. Dang it. Every time it hits the edge of the gold, it pulls up. Shit. Time to put more water. I wonder if I can put a... He didn't say anything about putting any kind of surfactant in it. Dang it, look at that gold float right up. Look at that. Damn it. not going to mess with it any more than that. Well, it's twice. One more time. Probably should have been using hot water. He said to use hot water. Actually, keeps coming up with that stuff. I can see I'm losing a little bit, but I think this white stuff that's in this water right here is that is not good. Oops, floating again. About to run out of battery power on my phone. Come on, go down. Okay, so I know I've lost a little tiny bit. But I think now I'm going to go ahead and rinse this down, heat it up, and then build some royal water. Okay, like you said, try to incinerate the gold, get it hot, burn off any nitric acid or anything like that on it. Been doing this for a while now, so really ain't doing nothing no more. Getting hot. Get ready to put it down in the royal water pretty soon. Okay, dumping the gold in muriatic acid again. Have not added any nitric acid yet. I'll let that come up to temperature and start adding nitric acid to it. Okay, we're going to get ready to add some nitric acid to it. The muriatic acid is up to temperature. I'm going to be adding the nitric acid into it slowly. One bits at a time. And look at it doing its reaction. I'll go ahead and I'll let that do its thing. And then I'll add more here in a little while. Keeping the temperature going. Okay, it kind of stopped reacting here. So I'm going to go ahead and add some more nitric acid to it here. See if the reaction starts again. Yep, as soon as I added more nitric acid to it, it started bubbling again. So here we go again. About the same. Probably half of that little vial thing. So this is mix. Okay, so we're looking at probably 4.5 milliliters now of the nitric acid. I don't think we've even reached close to the 1/3 of it. Okay, well, I've kind of lost track of the time. Still getting reactions. I'll just give it a quick stir. Actually, just let it keep on cooking. I just added another 3 milliliters of the nitric acid. There's a reaction. Well, guys, I'm getting bored. I'm waiting on that gold to boil down. So I gotta stay awake. Plus, my oldest son's about to have his first baby. I still need to stay awake, so it's time to have some coffee and figure out something else to play with. Not quite 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna go ahead and shave off a bit bigger than the 1/8 slab off of this. Well, the reaction is slowing down, but I just added a little bit more, so we'll have to see how it keeps on going. It didn't slow down that much. It's still going pretty hard. Okay, well, I started this basically about 12:30 this morning, and now it's almost 9 o'clock at night, and I still got reactions. And when I pick it up and look at it, there's still plenty of gold in the bottom of this thing. I don't know if it's all gold. Could be schmeg too, but I'm going to go ahead and let it boil overnight in this aqua regina here. Actually, I'm not going to let it boil. I'm going to go ahead and turn it down on low heat. And hope like hell I don't lose no gold, I guess. Well, the reaction seems to have completely stopped. Let it sit overnight. I just stirred it, so that's why it's a little cloudy. See what it looks like at lunchtime. Maybe by tonight I'll go ahead and pull it down. Okay, last part of the puzzle here, sulfuric acid. A couple drops of this in there. He said that this should help precipitate out any of the lead. Now he was saying that I should put 5 grams of sulfuric acid into it that I could find it at the hardware store. Well, I didn't find it at the hardware store. I guess I could check one more last time to see if I have any more reaction with nitric acid. Just put a couple drops in there and see if it reacts. But there's been no reaction going on. Let me put this camera down for just a second. Okay, let's see if we have any kind of reaction from... This is another 2 milliliter shot. I hate putting too much nitric acid in it. Well, I guess it's a bear that they can get rid of, but I believe my aqua regia process is done 100%. Nice and clear, and everything seems to have fallen to the bottom. That's the thing that worries me, though, is I don't know what all that stuff is at the bottom. I sure as hell hope it ain't gold. Okay, there goes my solution into a filter, wetted filter. I'm going to let the majority of that filter through the paper first, and then I'll put the sludge in and rinse it. Well, that's my gold dust. I'm hoping that that is not gold dust no more, that it's just schmeg. Sure looks like an awful lot of weight lost. Okay, this is going to just take a few minutes. Maybe we'll just shut it down. Next step you'll see is the schmeg down in that filter. And I'll rinse it down. And then hopefully everything that's in that water down there is going to be nice clean gold. Okay, here's the spooge from the first filtration. Okay, and as soon as I filtered it, there's still even more showing up down here. So I'm going to filter it one more time. I'll rinse that down here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get ready to drop this aqua regia with some sodium metabisulfate. Give it a tiny bit more. See, we'll give it a little bit of time here and we'll check it out. Look at that. Clouded right up to brownish black, exactly like it's supposed to. So, I don't know what's the story here, but I thought it was in higher concentrate of silver than I did, but my nitric acid hardly changed color at all. But on the other hand, the muriatic acid, when I do the initial first wash, you can see the muriatic acid goes from clear to that green color, light green color. The nitric does have a small blue tint to it, but I don't know, most of my impurities must be coming from there, and then the smeg that's being left over in the very bottom, I don't know, unless it's lead. Once I drop that last little bit of sulfuric acid into it. So, try just a tad bit more of this here. There, looks like that gold's floating right on the ceiling, on the top of it, so it's already building gold right on, and it's floating. Looks like I'm going to need some more sodium bisulfate because it sure is still very active. Doggone it. Wouldn't you know it, I would mess up. Look at all that. There's spillage. I put just a tiny bit too much into it and it boiled right over. Just leaking right over the side. Damn it. I ain't going to get a decent measurement out of this batch. Shit. Well, I don't know, guys, man. I tell you. Of course, you can see the yellow color in the paper, so that means I didn't rinse that good enough. But this, this is the material that fell down to the bottom of the AR solution, and that weighs quite a bit. I don't know. I don't have it put on the scale yet. No, I had a major mess up last night. Major mess up. So, the truth be known, I mean, I made a mistake. Live and learn, I guess. One thing, I did not have a safety catch pan underneath the AR solution. Then I was trying to just tip the gold pan and pour the sodium metabisulfate into the AR solution. Well, it overdumped and exploded over. You can see all the ice crystals. That's a whole Every bit of that ice right there is all from the AR. Flowed all the way down, made a huge puddle down there, and I soaked up some of it with that napkin net down there, but what a mess. I lost a lot of gold out of that. And I only have just a tiny bit of spooge in the bottom of that thing. So I might have ruined a whole ounce of gold, so I don't know what. Next time I may have to just try something different, or I'm not sure what the hell I'm going to do now, or heck I'm going to do. But I'm going to go ahead and filter this through, and I'm going to melt what is in this thing. Remember when I first pulled this down, that fluid level, instead of being way down here, was way up here. So the eruption, when I put this too much sodium bisulfate in it, that much of material erupted out and over and onto it. So that was a lot of loss in just the fluid alone. Pretty much 300 milliliters of fluid erupted out. Doggone, if it ain't one thing, it's another. I was trying to heat up this spooge and dry the water out of it so before I can put it in the filter, and be dang if that darn little thing broke. Man, I just ain't have no luck at all taking refining this gold. Well, let's let the screwing up continue. I forced every bit of that spooge in there. That damn near crucible damn near full, and there's water still in it. Well, I guess when you're going to mess up, you may as well just go ahead and keep on messing up. May as well have one problem after another. I still even got water in the darn graphite thing. I don't know. Myriad of problems. Next time I should probably just send it to somebody and have them do it. Well, it didn't take long for the water to boil off. Give it a few minutes, and then I guess I'll add a dash of borax to it, because I know it's dry enough to take and pound it down a little bit more. Well, whatever's left is left. One way or the other, we're going to melt some damn gold tonight. Well, if this goes like everything else is gone, this is not going to work, but I'm going to go ahead and try to pour it real quick and see what happens. The slag is bubbling, and I assume there's gold in the bottom. I'll try to pour it. You guys can see it on the camera. Holy crap. Does that look like shit or what? That's not going to work. Put that fucker right back in there. I don't know. I'm not near hot enough. God damn it. Well, I'm done screwing with it. Now, I tried the damn thing, and sure enough, it didn't even pour out again. I have no idea what the hell that crusty darn thing is. I don't know what's going on with my pours. Nothing's working on this whole darn refining project. Just stunk. I did everything wrong. Nothing working.